Hey, and welcome. Congratulations. I'm really glad that you're joining us for our free training on Tuesday evening, Win Tough Moments. And we all have tough moments from time to time, and these are particularly valuable from the perspective of us as women. Because there are things that are presupposed about every other person that will want to make sure that we can turn to our advantage in a good and honorable way. So before we get started with this pre-training, I want to make sure that you have got Tuesday evening's event on your calendar and that you have added one or two reminder notices to that, so you make sure and get every moment of that training. The calendar reminders that work best for me are 5 minutes before and 15 minutes before, but put on whatever works for you. So what is it that your brain serves up? And by the way, we're going to have another training follow on to this one tomorrow. It'll be the same short format as this. So look for that one tomorrow. But for today, what I want you to know is that every brain on planet Earth, when you meet another person, will size up that person. You'll size up that person, won't you? And isn't it a gift that you're able to do that, that your brain automatically serves up to you the kind of experiences that you've had with a person that looks like that talks like that, whatever the characteristics of that person are. Just think about how difficult life would be if you had to learn from scratch every interaction with every person that you met in every day. That would just be exhausting and frankly quite dangerous, because you couldn't, it would be really hard to distinguish threat from friend if you had to size people up from ground zero every moment. So instead, your brain really does serve you well with this. But just like everything in life, it has pros and cons. And the context for us as women, particularly women in technology, women in business, women in leadership and management, we will be sized up related to the social hierarchy. And a social hierarchy is a very convenient construct. Every culture across the planet has a social hierarchy, and when you know what that is and know how to bend it so that you can show up in your best light and really bring forward your expertise, it's going to be a much better day for you. That's what this pre-training is, to get your brain thinking about how that plays out in your life and notice it for the next couple of days. So those social hierarchies are very typically around the world structured with men at the top and women below, and et cetera, et cetera. You know the drill. So those are there are whole social stories and narratives, cultural narratives that cultures have, and particularly in first world cultures where marketing and is such a dominant industry. We are marketed to millions of times a day, it seems. And every marketer on the planet, they make their money by relying on the stories of social norms. So we're just in a sea of social norm and narrative telling. And so when we show up with a great idea or tremendous expertise, we're still seen as not the top of that hierarchy typically. So the question that I had to ask myself, and that I train other women how to do, is how do I bend that social hierarchy? It's no use breaking it, but bending it is tremendously powerful because it's honoring to you and the other person, the other people in the room. And people actually love it when you bend a social norm or bend a social hierarchy in a way that is honoring and has a bit of fun in it. So that's an important skill that we'll be talking about on Tuesday evening. And I wanted you to get this kind of in your head in advance about social norms, social hierarchies, where women kind of not naturally, that's not the right word, where we narratively end up in those social norms, and and that we can bend those social norms so that you can bend those social norms so your expertise really shows up and shines, whether that's expertise in tech work, whether that's expertise in business, whether it's expertise in leadership and management. Any of those areas is ripe for you to show up as your best and really win the day, the respect of other people, and really drive forward on what it is that you, as a member of an organization and a team, are really suited to do and driving to do. So I hope this has been a really great training for you, a pre-training, and I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Do look for tomorrow's training. It's another view into this that would be really powerful and important for you to hear, so that this will make more sense and be clearer for you on Tuesday evening. So Dorothy Kuhn, the Successable She Expert, talk to you tomorrow's video. Look for it on tomorrow's email, and then we'll see you Tuesday evening for our training. Bye for now.